Cedar Falls is home to a thriving community. The city has been recognized as a bicycle-friendly community with more than 100 miles of paved trails which link the downtown to nature. The trails often follow the path of the Cedar River, sometimes crossing the river as trail users meander their way through the community. The Cedar River Recreational Project will transform the river as we know it now to a place where residents and visitors can gather and enjoy the water through sightseeing, paddling, kayaking, rafting, fishing, and exploring.
You're going to see something so beautiful and such an active use of the river that it attracts families. It attracts businesses. It keeps students from leaving our state, from leaving our community, and staying here looking at the opportunities that can be created.
Something that I've always been shocked about with Cedar Falls is the lack of usage in the river. You don't really see people fishing, you don't see people kayaking. Not sure if that's from the dam, if that's just the natural thought of being in a river. This project is going to take all that away. I think it's going to open people's minds up to realize just how much you can use the river.
The Cedar River Recreation Project will connect residents and visitors to the river, improving safety, enhancing aquatic life and opportunities, and providing family-friendly activities in and near the Cedar River.
In this case, we have 7 different structures on the project, or jetties if you will, that will go into the river itself, and then 5 of the 7 jetties will have what are called structural wave plates that are built. It's a concrete wave plate that allows water to flow over at a higher rate and creates a wave on the backside. So those with kayaks or surfboards can sit behind it and ride the wave, depending on the water levels as they rise and fall in the Cedar River.
Ty Graham dreamt of this project going public with his dream way back in 2000.
I personally have been working on this for 23 years. I actually had hair when I started this project, but you know, the important thing is that we're here now and we're getting it done.
Ty is an avid kayaker, and you can often find him playing in the Whitewater Rapids right here in Cedar Falls. He's gained valuable experience as a Riverwise Engineering river specialist, assisting with 6 other major river reconstruction projects across the country.
And then down here where Clay Hole used to be, that's where we would really hope to bring some performance to the Whitewater for the other 2 to 3% of people that really want that type of stuff. But there'll be plenty of ways for people to go around that as well.
This isn't just for competitive kayaking or for paddle boards. This is also for recreational family use. It enhances the environment because the moving water, the cleaner water, fish and fowl will thrive.
So for Cedar Falls, we wanted to make this project about the 99%, not just the end user guy like me, which we are going to build something fun for guys like me, but it's going to be super family friendly. The jetties that come out, the features that come out are going to be a little bit softer. They're going to create a bouncy, fun, ripply water. They're all going to have safe excavated pools down below them, which will also have, incidentally, incredibly good fish habitat, aerating the water, making more food for the fish, better places for the fish to hide and breed. But also it'll be engineered safely so that if somebody does get into trouble and goes through unintentionally, it'll bring them back into a shallower portion of water.
This area of the Cedar River is designed for family-type experiences, including leisure rafting, kayaking, and paddling.
There will be fishing, there will be families, there will be sporting activities, there will be bicycle trails. People ride our trails because they're back to nature.
I used to fish along these riverbanks years ago with my dad. The riverbank really became inaccessible and difficult to use. That's going to come back.
They're using real boulders, the real bedrock, to create something that is like, it's like Walt Disney took the Cedar River and said, let's make it just a little bit better.
Construction crews moved gigantic boulders into place.
And then putting those giant puzzle pieces together in an organized, safe fashion to build this beautiful backdrop for the city.
They range anywhere from a ton up to 4 tons roughly per boulder. Contractor has a specialty head on their excavator that helps move and rotate and pivot each individual boulder. They're placed in series to create a stacking stone effect so that when the river is opened back up and the wave tables are used officially, people can walk in and out of the river with their kayaks and access the river at a more friendly angle than it was before.
The jetties take shape like an enormous three-dimensional puzzle.
But the placement of each stone is individually placed for help users access the river itself, but also provide seating for those to watch and get closer to the river.
The jetties protect the banks of the Cedar from erosion while creating access points and viewpoints for visitors to connect with the river.
The river can be just a lot of fun, and we've kind of lost sight of that over several years. And this is going to bring back that enthusiasm, that use of it. It has all sorts of advantages. I liken it to, although it costs $6.7 million to build, it's free to the user.
We're building a really super unique little art plaza over on this side. We're going to have trails that intertwine. It's all going to be ADA compliant, so that people that didn't have that intimate access to the river before certainly will have after this.
Just south of the First Street Bridge, the Cedar River will have a new access point called Turtleback Landing, which will allow easy access to the river from the historic downtown district.
And now to be able to walk from that amphitheater, from those apartments, from those businesses, down to that area where you could have students in classroom environments. You can have families wading in the water right there as an entry level to this river. It's a perfect complement of city and environment.
Kids can come down, grab an in or two, come on down the river. They get down to the end of this, to the bridge. There's going to be a walkway to hop back on and go back upstream and come on down again. It's just, it's a terrific community project.
And whether they're using the river or they're just walking the trails, it's going to add that extra flair that Cedar Falls needs.
But there is still work to do on the financial piece of the puzzle. Go to cedarriverexperience.com for details.
We anticipated $90 million over 10 years of economic impact. That's considerable. When you see activity like this, a beautiful downtown and a beautiful use of the river with human beings congregating, splashing about and having fun, you think in your mind, hey, we're going to stop there next time.
I think a lot of times we see these community projects and we just, because we live here, because we work here, we're only focused on how it's going to affect our lives, but this is going to affect lives of people all around us that we don't even know. People not just from Iowa, but from around the Midwest and even around the country. So a big thank you to everybody who's chipped in.
We're using a natural resource to its full advantage. Why not? Let's not just deal with floods, let's deal with the river at its best.
As work continues into the winter, the day is drawing closer when this one-time dream will become a reality.
The goal would be by the end of this year have the Gateway Park side completed in the river, and then starting, if the weather holds, we'll continue on the other side of the river. Otherwise, first thing in the spring, we'll start on the downtown side of the river, put those jetties in, and then we're going to work our way from the river out. So over the course of the next 12 months, we'll be working in river and then working out and making amenity and connections outside the river towards the mid to next fall.
From the banks of the Cedar River, this is Denny Bowman reporting for Cedar Falls City News.